Hello and welcome back to my channel, So Little Time, and my name is Karen. So firstly I just want to say hello to all my new subscribers. Thank you ever so much for joining me on my channel, I really appreciate it. I know a lot of you have been sent over from Lisa and so on. If you've not heard of her before, I'll link the details in the description box below for her vlog. I think she's based in Canada or America or something like that. Yeah, she's got a really good YouTube vlog, and I have watched her previously, so thank you Lisa so much for recommending my channel. She sort of did a bit added on to the end of her vlog, just sort of saying to people, you know, go and check out these new YouTube people, including myself, so that was really nice. So yeah, nice to have you here. So this vlog then today is going to be about my February makes and my March plans, and I'm going to pop them together just because I'm going to be uploading another video hopefully at the end of this week for the Nina Lee Carnaby dress sew along. So I actually have done a proper sew along, so I hope it's okay. I'm still editing the video, so it's coming to you a bit later than planned, and also another thing has popped up for me to create this week, which I'll go into in a moment. So firstly I'll show you what I've made. Now, including the Carnaby dress, I've only made 3 items of clothing for myself, and one of them is the toile for the Dressmaker's ball dress. Now, it's not a wearable toile at all. I've literally just made the bodice and the skirt and attached them together with no finesse for seams or anything like that, and I've not even lined it or put the zip in. I've just made it purely for fit purposes. So I've used like an old curtain for the bodice, and I bought a duvet bedspread cover from Tesco's for the skirt. And it's funny actually, I did put a picture of it on my Instagram account, which is linked to my Facebook, and a lot of my Facebook friends, I don't think they actually read the blurb about what I write about the article of clothing that I've made, and they just thought that was the official dress, which was hilarious. And even my dad mentioned to my mum, oh, it looks a bit see-through. And that's because I was like, well, it's not lined, is it? You know, so yeah, I was like, no, this isn't the official dress, people. This is just purely for fit purposes. It's a test version. I'm just showing it, you know, to show the style of dress that I've gone for. Yeah, so that was quite funny. So I'll pop that on in a moment. And then the other thing I've made was an Ogden Cami. And that wasn't on my radar to make at all this month. And it's completely season inappropriate. Even though we did have some lovely sort of spring-like weather at the beginning of last week. Yeah, I just decided one night to make one because I'd found some fabric that I'd had left over from the Ready to Party dress by My Handmade Wardrobe Patterns, and thought, oh, I'll see if I can fit that on. And the Ogden Cami did kind of fit, but I did have to put a back seam in, which looks fine, to be honest. And I've used for the facing or the lining bit, a bit of peach skin that I had from a top that I made, which it never materialised into anything. So yeah, I've just used that, and it's quite nice because it's a slippy. Peach skin's quite slippy, so it sits quite nice against your underwear. So I'll stand back and show you the Ogden Cami then. So this is the fabric, like I say, from the party dress that I made, and I bought it from Material Magic in Leicester, and that's in the Odeon Arcade. And it's just a standard cotton, so you'll probably be able to see the back seam just here, and I French seamed it. And then the peach skin I've used is like this blue kind of colour. Yeah, and that I had a bit of difficulty kind of just hemming that because peach skin doesn't crease, but I just did a very small double fold and managed to stitch around it, so I got around that okay. But yeah, really happy with this, and I think it'll look really nice with the Blackwood cardigan that I'm planning to make, the mustard one. I don't think it's got mustard in it, but there are a few sort of yellowy colours, so, and mustard goes nice with navy blue anyway, so that's what I'm planning to wear it with jeans and that until the weather warms up at least. Okay, so I'll pop on the ball gown then, so you can see sort of how it's come together. I'm really pleased with the fit actually, so I'll just go and pop that on now for you. I'll be back in a second. Okay, it's going to look weird because it's not finished at all and I've not put the zip in, so I'll have to hold it at the back to show you the fit properly. But firstly, I just want to say that this particular pattern comes in cup sizes, and I followed the instructions on how to gauge which cup size you need to make, and it said that I needed to do an A/B cup, and I thought, no, I don't think that's going to be right because I'm a C cup, and I thought it's just going to be too tight. And I know usually with dress patterns you can come out in a different size, but I just thought no, I think that's going to be too small. So I went initially with the size 10 C cup, and I tried that on and it did fit okay, but I didn't have quite enough fabric at the back for when I'd put the zip in, and I thought I'd rather have more to play with than not enough. So I went with the size 12 bodice C cup, and that fits a lot better. So the bodice then, it has princess seams down the side here. There's no darts, and then if I pull it back with the fabric, you'll see that that fits quite nicely around there, and I've got, you know, enough there easily to put the zip in, and then the neckline will come down slightly and the armholes come in slightly once it's lined. Okay, so I'll stand back so you can see the skirt. I'll have to take my microphone off for this, sorry. So hopefully you'll still be able to hear me. I'll try and speak up. So at the front then, it's got a box pleat where where you make these box pleat bits here. And it actually is panelled, this skirt. So where the box pleat sits, and these kind of come around this way, it hides the seam lines, which is quite nice. So if I stand back with and pull it in where the zip will be, you'll see that that fits really quite nicely around the waist there. I might have a bit of excess material at the back where the bottom of the zip might be, but I'll deal with that when I put the zip in, because I can take it in quite easily. So if I stand further back, you'll see that this is the high hem at the front, and then it goes down longer at the back, and that is literally near to the floor. So when I'll have to have heels on, and it will be quite a nice cascaded hemline. And obviously I'll have it will be slightly shorter than it is because this isn't hemmed at all. Do you like it with my black tights? Yes, I'm really, really happy with the silhouette of the dress and the way it's fitting. So hopefully once I get it made up officially with the zip in the back of the official one, then it will fit nicely, fingers crossed. I hope it goes to plan, I really do. So I went to, let me just pop this back on, sorry, before I forget. So I went to Midland Textiles in Birmingham, and that is located on Stratford Road, I think it is, and it's a really, really busy road. So my mother-in-law, she drove me there, and we parked in a side street and then just walked there. And it's over quite a few units. So I went in with my swatch of fabric that they sent me, ready to purchase some, you know, the meterage that I needed. And unfortunately, that section of the shop was closed on a Saturday. They're only open Monday to Friday. So I was like, oh, that's a shame. And she said, yes, come back on Monday. I was like, no, I don't live in Birmingham, so I can't. But I said, I'll tell you what, I'll just order it off your eBay website because they don't charge delivery for that. So I ordered 3 meters of that. But whilst I was there, I bought the lining fabric. And I wasn't really sure what I wanted, but I think I was quite positive that I wanted a plain fabric. So in the end, I went with a satin fabric. And it's like a turquoisey blue peacock kind of colour. So I've got the pattern on the other side, so I'll just show you this. And in the end as well, I also went with the royal blue fabric for the outer. So I've just labelled what part of the dress that is. And I think that looks really nice together. So you'll see that lining obviously at the back of my legs and when the dress swishes around. So I think that's quite a nice contrast. Yeah, and I decided to go with the royal blue just because it was a bit more, I don't know, bright. And somebody did comment to say that that colour actually really suits me. So thank you for that. I was going to opt to go with the midnight blue, but I'm glad I didn't in the end. So I'm really pleased. And now I've cut all the pieces out. Yeah, it really looks quite something. So I'm really looking forward to getting that stitched together. So fingers crossed, yeah, it goes to plan okay. So those are the 2 things really that I've made, just the Ogden Cami and this toile. You'll see the Carnaby dress at the end of the video for the sew along. So I won't show you today just because I'm still editing that video. And so I'll upload that later this week. Just also want to say thank you very much to everybody who commented on my fabric and pattern pairings vlog, because I did have a few fabrics that I wasn't sure what to do with. So thank you ever so much for commenting and giving me some ideas of what I could turn those into. I'm still not 100% on the pelican or flamingo fabric, the peach skin, the navy blue with the, I think it's the mustard coloured flamingos or pelicans. I'm still not sure what to do on that one. I may even just turn it into a dress, but I will line it because I think I think peach skin might be a bit of a staticky fabric just as a straight dress. I'm not sure. But for the viscose, the navy blue viscose with the pink and red sort of flowers on, somebody mentioned that that would look really nice as a Tilly and the Buttons marigold jumpsuit, and I do quite like that idea. Now I haven't got that pattern, so that is a pattern that I'll have to purchase. And also the red kind of linen-y look fabric with the white fleck in it. Somebody mentioned the Tilly and the Buttons Ariel skirt, and I quite like that idea actually, because I think that is a lined skirt, so that would work really well. So I'm definitely thinking about that one. And again, I haven't got that pattern, so that is a pattern that I'm going to have to purchase. Yeah, so thank you for those suggestions, and I'll still think about the other ones that I've got to do. And that green remnant that I picked up from Barry's in Birmingham, I think that would look really good in a pinafore dress actually. So, you know, because some pinafores don't need to stretch, so that's what I'm planning to do with that one. Okay, so when I mentioned something had cropped up this week, that something is World Book Day at schools, and my son is obviously at school now, so he needs a costume, and I've left it last minute. Yep, classic. And I said to him, what do you want to wear? And he's come up with the idea of being a dragon, because the theme for his year is fairy tale. So I was like, right, well, I could have just gone out and bought from the supermarket, you know, your Peter Pan outfit or something like that, but no, he wanted to be a dragon. So I was like, right, okay, I'll get something sorted. So we were in Birmingham on the weekend, and my son and I, we went into the rag market to try and find some suitable fabric. And there's loads of stalls in there with really reasonably priced fabrics, but we didn't find anything suitable for the dragon outfit. So we ended up going into the fancy silk store, and so he had chosen some fabric from there, which I'll show you. It's quite garish, but perfect for this outfit. So he's chosen this lime green fleece fabric, which does have some stretch to it. And what I'm going to do is use the Titchy Threads Rowan Tee hoodie to make, you know, the hoodie for the top of the dragon. So the hood has actually got a section where you can have a stripe down the middle. So I'll just keep it all the same colour, but I'll use the seam lines to put the spikes down. And then where you put the back bodice on the fold, I'll move it over slightly away from the fold to give myself a little bit of seam allowance, and then I'm going to cut that in half to put a back seam in, so again I can put the spikes running down the back of the hoodie. And then I bought this this coloured kind of ribbing, also from Fancy Silk Store, and that will contrast quite well with that. And then he chose he was adamant, he wanted purple spikes, so we got some purple felt, and this is quite a sturdy felt actually, so I think that will work really well. But I'll do 2 bits and stitch it and then turn it right sides out, yeah, and put it down, so down the hood seams and then down the back seam. And then what I'm going to do is make a tail, so he can strap it around his waist so he can take it on and off. And I've seen a tutorial on YouTube on how to do that. So yeah, I'm looking forward to making that. But the World Book Day is on Thursday, and today's Monday. So you know what my plans are this week. Tonight I'm going to be starting on that. Now my mum popped round earlier today and she dropped off the PDF pattern for the Rowan Tee. So I've cut it ready to tape together, and then I need to trace it off and then start stitching it up tonight. So I'm going to have a busy evening this evening. And I said to him, I will get it done for you, don't worry, even if I'm up till 11 o'clock or later on Wednesday night. Yeah, so he said, yes, don't forget. So he's really excited now that we've got these fabrics and he wants to get this outfit done. So yeah, that's why the Carnaby dress sew along will be coming to you a little bit later than planned, because I've got to still finish editing that video and then get it uploaded for you. But I hope you enjoy that video, because I'm not great on doing tutorials, and I still had fit issues actually with the dress, so I do go through that in that video. And also, when I was coming to attach the skirt section to the bodice, I perhaps should have finished the seam allowances. I think what I'll do is put a little comment along the bottom of the screen where you can do that, because there was a section of where the pockets are that I had to sort of pink with my pinking shears. So that wasn't the greatest way to go around it, but yeah, it stopped the fabric from fraying. But if I had an overlocker, I probably wouldn't have had that issue. So this year, I'm definitely treating myself to an overlocker and a dressmaker's form. My auntie did give me one actually, but unfortunately it didn't go up to my hip size, and it was quite an old model, so she went off to the charity shop. Yeah, and I'm going to buy myself a new one. As like I say, I turned 40 this year, so I think it's time that I treated myself. I've been sewing for over 10 years now, and I definitely would find it beneficial to use that alongside an overlocker as well. So I'm going to get that sorted out. Okay, so I completely forgot to mention the March plans. So my March plans then are the official Dressmaker's ball dress. Hopefully going to get some kind of decorations ready for Easter. So I'm thinking maybe a pom-pom garland, or get a branch from outside, put it in a pot and put some like painted eggs on it or something. So I definitely want to do something for Easter this year, because I did mention that in my plans for the year. And then if I get time, I was going to try and do the Cleo pinafore dress for my friend. But to be honest, I think I might be pushing it again this month. And she is aware of my plans for what I've got going on. So she said there's absolutely no rush for it whatsoever. But I did pick up some lining fabric whilst I was in the fancy silk store. And I did say to the chap that I wanted dark grey, but I think he misheard me. And it's dark green. It's like this. It's coming a lot lighter on the screen than what it actually is, but it will look fine. I think it will contrast fine, but yeah, I'm sure it's because we were buying all the green bits and bobs for this dragon that he probably thought I said dark green instead of dark grey, and it wasn't until I got it home and I thought, oh, that's not the right colour. So yeah, that's that. I haven't really got anything else planned for March, because I'm literally just want to get this Dressmaker's ball dress out of the way. And to be honest, I'll be glad once it's done, because I feel like my progress with what I want to make is starting to back up. So from sort of April onwards, I'm going to start reeling things out a lot quicker, so I'll have a lot more content to show you. So, and I've got obviously all my Make 9 that I want to get on with, and all my other things that I've got planned as well. So yeah, once this Dressmaker's ball is out of the way, I'm really looking forward to going, don't get me wrong. But yeah, getting this dress sorted is taking up a lot more time. And also we did have half term in February, and it was my twins' birthday, and they really, really like their bean bags, by the way. Yeah, and we had a really nice time for their birthday. And then the following week after their birthday, I held them a party, so it wasn't in half term, and we had that spring-like weather here in the UK. It was absolutely gorgeous. So we had like the picnic out in the back garden. The friends came round and they were playing on the play equipment outside. It was just lovely, and us mums, we were all just sat there having coffee and biscuits and chatting away. It was great. So yeah, they really enjoyed that. So anyway, thank you ever so much for watching as usual. Please like and subscribe, and I'll see you soon. Thanks a lot. Bye.